Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Hi everyone, my name's Andrew and welcome to yet another movie reaction out here, and today we are starting a series, one that I love, one that has been close to my heart for a long time, one that many of you out there love very much, The Matrix. Well, when I say that many of you out there love it, I feel like there might be somewhat of a complicated relationship with most of the franchise, actually. I do not have that. I've never completely understood that. I'd love to get into a conversation in the comments with any of you about why you feel the way you may feel about some of the other installments of the franchise, but at least for this one, the first Matrix movie, pretty much everybody agrees on this one. I don't know if I've ever heard a person who didn't enjoy this movie. I mean, maybe somebody who doesn't like cyberpunk or sci-fi type things. But the first Matrix movie is still one of those that I feel like everybody has to admit, at least, was a crucial moment in film history. Coming out in 1999, it was the beginning of a new type of filmmaking, the beginning of a new aesthetic, even the first time out for certain special effects and certain camera methods. Like, there are certain ways in which this movie was made that broke ground within film itself. And like so many others in similar positions, spawned numerous copycats. Other people trying to get in on the visual storytelling style, trying to get in on the popularity of this new particular type of sci-fi movie. But The Matrix was always the head of that particular spear. Not to say we didn't have sci-fi and similar type movies before, but this was the beginning of a new era within that genre. One that the franchise itself may have failed to live up to in future installments, though again, I don't necessarily share that perspective. So we're going to go through the whole thing here. We're going to start with the first one. We're going to go through all 4 movies, but we are also going to hit on the Patreon exclusive, one of the most important and overlooked parts of the Matrix franchise, I believe, which is the Animatrix, which has in-canon information in it that's important to the stories that are told here. All of that aside, we are here to watch The Matrix today, and I can't wait to get to it. But before we do, I want to be sure to invite you to go ahead and check out the Patreon. The full-length reaction to this movie is available over on the Patreon right now. There's all kinds of other movie reactions over there, exclusive television show reactions, all kinds of stuff. I hope you go check it out and consider becoming a patron. Any support that you offer over there or over here is always greatly appreciated. And speaking of over here, if you'd be so kind as to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And that is it, folks. That is all I have for you here on the front end. Let us not waste another moment getting to watching 1999's The Matrix. Here we go. It's amazing how much they did just with this code, the aesthetic that provided.
Morpheus believes he is the one.
Do you?
Doesn't matter what I believe.
It's honestly been so long, and these movies are so well known now, I can't remember what I was thinking when I first was sitting in a theater watching this.
Hands in your head! Do it now!
Yeah, at this point she's just a hacker holed up in an old building somewhere that's getting busted by the cops.
I think we can handle one little girl.
Okay, we don't need sexism here. Trinity is certainly not one little girl.
I sent 2 units. They're bringing her down now.
No, Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
Yeah, if he's already counting them as dead, that says something about how dangerous she is. Ooh. So at this point, we're thinking probably she has some superpowers or something like that. Whatever she is, we know she's not to be messed with.
Cut the hard line. You're going to have to get to another exit.
Are there any agents?
Yes.
God damn it.
The phone at Wilson Lake. Go.
Let us not underplay the importance of Carrie-Anne Moss in these movies also. She is a vital part of all of these movies, of this entire franchise. Yeah, at this point, watching this for the first time, there'd be no way to reconcile this other than she has powers. But now, you're like, okay, maybe they have powers too. And this is really threading the needle here. That is a small target. To jump through that window, land it, and pull and be ready to shoot that quickly. Somebody has done this before. Okay, so now we're wondering, how durable is she? But then she's gone.
She got out.
Doesn't matter.
The informant is real.
We have the name of their next target.
The name is Neo.
We'll need a search running. has already begun.
So now, even though people watching this for the first time might have felt they have some idea what's happening, that part was even more confusing. It's like, okay, she has some powers. They have some kind of powers. But she answered a phone, they obliterated the phone booth with a truck, and she's gone. What sense does that make, even if she has powers? And how many times have I fallen asleep on my computer just like that? But it doesn't start typing to me and wake me up. Yeah, I think that would freak anyone out, hacker or not. Someone's monitoring you enough to know when someone's about to knock on your door, and that someone's going to have a white rabbit tattoo.
You ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
All the time.
Neo's had that his whole life. Felt like he's been dreaming his entire existence. Surprisingly, he has.
Should we take him with us?
Definitely.
Sure. I'll go.
Hey, your computer tells you to follow the white rabbit, you follow the white rabbit. One thing we don't ever find out is what kind of information Neo was stealing and selling. But it seems like most of the people they unplug start out as hackers. I believe Trinity was a hacker to begin with, too.
That cracked the IRSD base.
That was a long time ago.
Yep, see? Confirmed. She was a super hacker also.
He told me I wasn't really looking for him. I was looking for an answer. You know the question?
What is the Matrix?
You know, what a way to say so much without saying anything at all, other than that she understands this kind of secret part of him that he doesn't talk about. We also don't understand, I don't think we ever get any idea what the Matrix is to him or how he even learned that term.
Either you choose to be at your desk on time from this day forth, or you choose to find yourself another job. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Mr. Reinhardt, perfectly.
I think he's going to go ahead and find himself another job. I think there's a position open for the chosen one, and this world isn't real, so, you know, kind of defeats the purpose of this whole job he's committing himself to for you. That phone would have been considered fancy and futuristic in 1999.
They're coming for you, Neo, and I don't know what they're going to do.
Who's coming for me?
Stand up and see for yourself.
Right now?
No, at like 2:30 p.m. Be sure you're on time. I don't think he'd be talking to you about it if it wasn't now.
What the hell do they want from me?
If you don't want to find out, I suggest you get out of there. I can guide you, but you must do exactly as I say.
This is an interesting way to tell this story. Like, the whole purpose, this initial part of the story, is to keep things slightly confusing, just enough unanswered questions to kind of keep you off kilter.
You can use the scaffold to get to the roof.
No way.
There are two ways out of this building. One is that scaffold, the other is in their custody.
What was the plan if they got him to the roof? They have a helicopter there or something? We never know. I would have figured the move would have been to take the scaffolding down, unless it doesn't reach that far. But I feel like we need this scene for later on when we do all the training and things like this. This kind of fear of heights and falling because of believing that this world is real. Yeah, I don't think I would be doing that, especially not with the wind like that. I would be curious to know who Morpheus was too, but I wouldn't be willing to die to find out.
And you helped your landlady carry out her garbage.
You have that in the file? How'd you get that information?
Go by the hacker alias Neo, and are guilty of virtually every computer crime we have a law for.
Yeah, so they never actually go into what it is that he's done, apparently, as these crimes. He's just done everything.
All that we're asking in return is your cooperation in bringing a known terrorist to justice.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it either. It seems kind of a little too convenient, a little too much like BS.
I give you the finger, and you give me my phone call.
I mean, he certainly keeps an attitude in which other people would be scared. Rebellious nature.
I know my rights. I want my phone call.
What good is a phone call if you're unable to speak?
Yeah, this is another place where we depart reality for sure. Where people are like, okay, what the hell is happening? They don't seem surprised or horrified at all. We go from interrogation scene to nightmare fuel. Yeah, this is... I think that would horrify anybody. I wonder how many people had nightmares about that after seeing this movie. You know, if you woke up in your bed after that, you would want to believe that was just a dream. Your mind would almost have to.
If they knew what I know, you would probably be dead.
Well, I guess that's fortunate for him then. I don't think he wants to be dead.
Get in.
They have such great visuals in this movie.
Listen to me, Copper Top. We don't have time for 20 questions.
There was a hint. Copper Top. She called him a battery. A Duracell battery.
Fine. Please, Neo. You have to trust me.
Why?
You know that road. You know exactly where it ends.
She's very important to this process. She knows how to tap into that he has this feeling of not belonging to this world, this feeling that something is missing and he's endlessly looking for it.
Try and relax.
Try and relax as these claws come down and, like, poke into you.
Clear.
Yeah, try to relax as I electrocute this parasite out of you. That's how I relax. Yeah, that was probably about the most graceful way to get that out. Seems like any other way would have been far more gruesome.
Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
It's an honor to meet you.
The honor is mine.
Laurence Fishburne is wearing the hell out of that outfit. Did I try to find a pair of those glasses that I could actually wear? Of course I did. Did I succeed? No.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Could say that.
What an imposing yet soothing presence to try to explain all of this to you. Although he's not really illuminating much yet. He's just here to give you a choice. He's not here to explain it.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room, a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch.
At this point, it sounds like either something fantastical could be going on, or that he could be a fanatic of some kind, out of his mind.
You take the blue pill, you wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
That's quite a shot. I feel like I watched something once about how they got that shot. Now the question is, what happens if you take both pills at the same time?
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
That phrase, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more, is obviously important for later on.
Time is always against us.
Please, take a seat there.
This is another part of the aesthetic. It's this impressive amount of like pieces of kind of obsolete technology purposed together into these machines that they're using. It creates a certain style, even rotary phones and things like that.
It means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Okay, well that doesn't really clear it up much more for him, but thanks, Cypher. Appreciate it. Always appreciate a good Wizard of Oz reference. He still doesn't know what any of the stuff they've told him means. And now he probably thinks he's tripping off of whatever Morpheus gave him. Okay, now he's really tripping.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
I think that statement is where a lot of people start to understand, oh, has he been asleep this whole time? Is this whole world a dream?
Almost there.
Yeah, you might want to hurry up. This thing is about to crawl down his throat.
Lock, I got it.
Yeah, this had to have been a what the hell moment, first time you're watching it. Also kind of a gross moment too, but you know. Just at the moment you feel like you're getting answers, and you kind of are, things are suddenly even more confusing. But you would obviously get a sense from looking at this as like, oh, so the real world wasn't the real world. All these people are just asleep and plugged into it. Yep, that is a whole lot of incubation pods. Yeah, that seems like that would kill you. This is the part that always surprised me. The machine, once it realized somebody had woken up, that it wouldn't kill them before dumping them out. But again, if it were to have killed him like when he woke up, then we don't have a movie. At this point, you've got the audience hooked in. It's like, what the hell is happening? I need an explanation.
Welcome to the real world.
Am I dead?
Far from it.
Yeah, at this point, you're just so locked in because you're like, I need answers. I need to know what's happening here. This is always a crazy sequence, too.
What are you doing?
Your muscles have atrophied. We're rebuilding them.
Why am my eyes hurt?
You've never used them before.
That's still just a mind-blowing line. Why do my eyes hurt? You've never used them before. You are an adult, and you've never used your body, your eyes, any of these things that you think that you have before. Your whole life that you believe you've lived has been an illusion. That was really the existential question that came out of this movie for people who watched it. It's like, yeah, what if this whole world around us isn't real? How would you react to that?
You believe it's the year 1999. In fact, it's closer to 2199. I can't tell you exactly what year it is, because we honestly don't know.
And that's very true. But unfortunately, Morpheus, as we find out through the course of these movies, even at 2199, you are way off. We can talk about that when we get to that point.
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo? Trinity?
Yep, we got you out and got you all fixed up just to plug you back in again, because there's no other way that you can understand, even being out in this world. I wonder where he thought he is. Like, he thinks he's just in a building somewhere and he's going to leave and go back out to his life at some point.
This will feel a little weird.
I should hope so. If that didn't feel weird, that might be a problem.
Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real?
It is lost on modern viewers, I believe, how far this was reaching at the time, based on where technology was in 1999. The idea that being in a computer could feel this realistic. It's not so much of a stretch these days, but it was a big stretch back then.
This is the world as it exists today.
Yeah, doesn't appear to be a whole lot left. At least not a whole lot that's salvageable. It would be interesting to go into some of the old skyscrapers and stuff in the real ruined world.
We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky.
Oh, I know who struck first. Let's just say that Morpheus has missed a lot of information in his description of what happened, but he admitted that he did, so. Watch the second Renaissance as part of the Animatrix.
The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world in order to change a human being into this.
No.
I wonder if Duracell got product placement here. That's the second time we've seen them referred to as a battery.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
It's gonna pop.
Breathe. Just breathe.
I wonder if they've ever had anyone die, like their brain just so much rejecting it that they couldn't, like they had some kind of a medical episode and just died on them from something like that.
We never free a mind once it's reached a certain age. It's dangerous. I've seen it before, and I'm sorry. I did what I did because I had to.
Yeah, he believes you're going to be the person that's going to save them all from this. If you believe you've found that, certain risks have to be justifiable, I suppose. Although, to some, they certainly wouldn't be.
There are those of us who have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him. I did what I did because I believe that search is over.
So not only is the world that you've known not real, but I believe you are the chosen one that is supposed to save us. No pressure, don't want to put too much on your shoulders.
Zion. If the war was over tomorrow, Zion's where the party would be. It's a city. The last human city.
That's actually surprising that there wouldn't be other human cities similar to Zion in other places around the world. But maybe there's so few humans left in the world that aren't plugged into the Matrix.
I'm going to look jujitsu. Holy shit. How about some more? Hell yes.
I still want this. I still want this now, today. This was one of the things that captured my imagination the most. Imagine if you could just sit down, hooked up to a machine, push a button, and then learn an entire subject or learn an entire skill.
10 hours straight, a machine.
In a few moments. It'd be amazing.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
That became a meme before there were memes, really. People just going around, I know Kung Fu.
Like gravity, some of them can be bent, others can be broken. Understand? Then hit me, if you can.
I mean, the challenge has been laid down. Who is the better fighter? Considering Neo just learned this. I will say that Morpheus' style seems to be much calmer and relaxed. Neo seems to be still getting kind of a hold on his.
Adaptation, improvisation. It's your weakness, not your technique.
Less talking, more just flat out kicking.
Morpheus is fighting Neo.
Set to a musical sequence from the soundtrack. Ah, he's starting to believe. His belief was short-lived.
How did I beat you?
Badly. Very, very badly.
You're too fast. Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? You think that's air you're breathing now?
That was always a great line. Think about it. You're in a computer. That's not air you're breathing. Physics doesn't apply. As he said, learn how to break and bend the rules.
You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are.
Yep. Ironically, you believing it is the whole way that it happens in this construct.
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Wow. Yep. These little moments of him showing that there's something different about him.
Trying to free your mind, Neo. Tank, load the jump program.
Yep. No slowing down. Into the deep end.
Free your
mind. I mean, Neo is being asked to absorb a lot. You know, he barely is keeping up with the scenery changing. And they were in a dojo, now all of a sudden they're on a rooftop. And now he's supposed to jump from one skyscraper to another.
Right. No problem. Free my mind. Free my mind. No problem.
You can't have him make his first jump. He can't be like great at this stuff like right off the bat. Wouldn't make sense. But, you know, if the ground is squishy like that, you're all right.
I thought it wasn't real.
Your mind makes it real.
If you're killed in the Matrix, you die here?
The body cannot live without the mind.
That's an interesting thing to set up as far as the dynamic of how that would work, that injuries could translate over, that your mind could destroy your body. But they had to do something like that because if it's not possible for you to actually die in the Matrix and die in the real world, there's no real stakes. There needs to be more risk than that.
You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged.
Yeah. I mean, think about what happened to him. There are certain people that probably flat out wouldn't survive that.
Listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? Look again.
It's quite a lesson to learn. You lose focus, it can get you killed.
It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. Anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent.
That was brilliant design as far as the enemy they're fighting. If you're in the Matrix, you have to be cautious of literally everyone you encounter because they could suddenly be this all-powerful villain that you wouldn't be able to overcome that would probably get you killed.
They will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Morpheus has a very firm understanding of how Neo's power will manifest. Very true. Once he finally comes into his own and into his power, he doesn't need to dodge the bullets. He can manipulate things however he wants. I'm surprised they didn't turn this into a ride somewhere. This would have been fun. On a Matrix ship running from Sentinels.
A Sentinel. Killing machine designed for one thing.
Search and destroy. Set her down right over there.
This is another part of the story that keeps it interesting, keeps it, on the edge of your seat. You're fighting a battle on two fronts. One in the real world, trying not to be discovered, and one in the Matrix.
Is that
The Matrix? Yeah.
Do you always look at it and code it?
Well, you have to. There's way too much information to decode the Matrix. You get used to it. I don't even see the code.
It's ironic. He says he doesn't even see the code, but once Neo gets to the point that he has his power, he sees the code in everything, which helps him understand how that whole world is not real, because he can see the computer code that's running everything.
Why, oh why didn't I take the blue pill?
Yeah, that's the first real sign for Cypher, that he wishes he wasn't there, that he wishes he could go back.
Did he tell you why he did it? Why you're here? What a mind job. So you're here to save the world. What do you say to something like that?
It's a good question. I don't know if you say anything to it. You just try to understand the best you can. I don't know if Neo believes it himself right now, but he's just still in this process of just trying to understand what the world around him is now.
Thanks for the drink.
Sweet dreams.
I mean, imagine having an average life and then being woken up from it and being shown that the world has been destroyed and your life is basically living in this ship running from machines.
I know this steak doesn't exist when I put it in my mouth. The Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, ignorance is bliss.
I mean, we needed a traitor here. It makes the story more interesting. I do find it a little implausible that he'd be able to come up to broadcast depth and broadcast to have this meeting without being discovered by his crew.
I don't want to remember nothing. I don't want to be rich. You know, someone important, like an actor.
Like Joe Pantoliano. But hey, we need a movie, and we need a traitor, so here we go.
Bring the ship up to broadcast depth. We're going in, taking Neo to see her.
See who? The Oracle.
Everyone please observe. The fasten seatbelt and no smoking signs have been turned on.
It does make you wonder if people like Tank and Dozer ever wish that they could know what it feels like to go into one of these programs. Even the training program, I don't think that they could go into it. They don't have the right interface, the ports and everything.
Did you go to her?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
She told me.
What?
It's personal, Neo. She can't tell you what she told her. Not yet. Not till the crucial moment, when it'll save the day.
She helped you?
Yes,
What did she tell you?
that I would find the one.
Yeah, the Oracle tells you what you need to hear, not necessarily what's right and what's wrong, or what's true and what's not, as we find out.
I told you I can only show you the door. You have to walk through it.
Quite literally in this case. He didn't expect someone was going to open it for him after that setup.
These are the other potentials. You can wait here.
So normally, people are woken up as children and brought to a place like this to learn about the realities of the world in which they're existing. Or they're not woken up yet, but they're potentially going to be.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Only try to realize the truth. There is no spoon.
A kid already understanding what Morpheus was trying to get Neo to understand in the training program. You think that's air you're breathing now? Your strength or speed have anything to do with your muscles in this place.
I know you're Neo. Be right with you.
You're the Oracle?
Bingo. Not quite what you were expecting, right?
I love her character. It's such a great subversion of expectations. Again, not what you were expecting, right? Not what he was expecting to walk into there, but she plays this role so well, even though she has such a small part in this movie. It's a very important part.
Don't worry about the vase. I'll get one of my kids to fix it. It's really going to bake your noodle. Would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
That is a great question and a great point, and you really can't answer that.
I can see why she likes you.
Who?
Not too bright, though.
Can't see it right in front of his face.
Do you think you're the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it.
Yeah, it's an interesting point, and it also kind of sets up to subvert what she's about to say. You wouldn't want someone to walk in and be like, oh yes, I'm definitely the one. Or you wouldn't want her to be like, yes, you're definitely the one. That's not how it works. You have to believe and kind of live into it.
I'm not the one.
Sorry, kid. You got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something.
What?
Your next life, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, to be fair, she didn't tell him he's not the one. She says he's got the gift, but he's waiting for something. So, whether he's the one or not is down to him.
Morpheus, without him.
Without him.
Are you sure you want to hear this?
You can't say that to somebody and have no, I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself. That's not how that works.
Morpheus believes in you, Neo. One of you is going to die.
She's right. She didn't say anything about whether they'd come back.
As soon as you step outside that door, you'll start feeling better. You'll remember you don't believe in any of this fate crap. You're in control of your own life. Remember?
I love her in this role so much. She uses his own cynicism and doubt against him, throws it in his face before he even has a chance to do it himself.
Oh, déjà vu.
How many Matrix jokes were there after this when people would have deja vu that, oh, there's a glitch in the Matrix?
Let's go.
Yeah, they definitely changed something.
Cut the hard line. It's a trap. Get out.
Cutting the hard line and bricking up all the windows. I don't know how they're supposed to get out at this point. I mean, he went down in a blaze of glory, but he wasn't going to be able to stand up to all those guys.
Neo, I hope the Oracle gave you some good news.
Yeah, they certainly need some in this situation. Things are looking increasingly grim all the time. That would be really hard to do very quietly at all. See, it's a question at this point, is he doing this on purpose or not, since he has a deal with them. Yeah, how did that guy miss Neo? Terrible shot. And there's the sacrifice.
Morpheus, go! Trinity, go!
Neo didn't imagine it would happen that quickly, I'm sure.
Can't leave it.
You have to!
Ow, that is a long way to fall.
You all look the same to me.
Oh, I forgot. Cypher's deal was to get them Morpheus alive, because they have to interrogate him, because he has the codes to the Zion mainframe. And this scene does a pretty incredible job of selling how dangerous the agents are, because you saw how handily Morpheus handled Neo in the training program, and the agent is wiping the floor with him.
Where are they? Gonna call. Good.
Oh, Cypher, why'd you have to betray your whole team? Just because you wanted to eat some steak, become an actor. It's surprising Tank survived. Took 2 blasts from that thing.
You killed them.
Yeah, he's responsible for the deaths of 3 of your crew members.
Surprise, I bet you never saw this coming.
He should have. You were kind of giving some signals. But we needed a traitor.
All I do is pull the plug here. But there, you have to watch APOC die.
Yeah, that's pretty ice cold. Just executing his fellow crew members without any care about it at all.
Not like this. Not like this.
He's also incredibly stupid to think that they're going to honor their deal with him. They have no motivation to do that. They could just kill him, and he wouldn't be able to do anything to stop them.
I mean, if Neo's the one, then there'd have to be some kind of a miracle to stop me.
I mean, it is a fair point. It does seem as though there's nothing that could stand in his way at this moment.
Look into his eyes. Those big, pretty eyes.
Wow. To know that he might be next, just by her looking at him.
I don't believe it.
Still gonna burn.
Bye-bye, Cypher. No steak for you. No fancy life for you. You killed 4 people.
You're hurt.
Be all right.
It is something I wonder about the sequels, though. Tank's obviously hurt, but I don't think we ever get a explanation as to why he's not in the sequels. Did he end up dying from his injuries, I wonder?
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. Entire crops were lost.
I always found this explanation very, very interesting, that human beings would not accept a world that was perfect and didn't have any pain, didn't have any negative elements to it.
Human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from.
I mean, it does ask a question about us as people. If we lived in a world where everything was perfect, just found ourselves there all of a sudden, would we accept it as reality? Maybe. I think it depends on where you're coming from, how you define reality.
What are they doing to him?
Breaking into his mind. All it takes is time.
Well, there has to be something that we can do.
There is. We pull the plug.
You're gonna kill him.
We don't have any other
a choice.
I mean, that is an incredibly hard decision to have to make. To kill your leader to protect your only home in the world, the human stronghold in the real world. But in a war, you have to make decisions like that.
Morpheus, you're more than a leader to us. A father.
Stop.
This has to be done.
The Oracle told me this would happen, that I would have to make a choice.
Yeah. By him choosing that he's willing to sacrifice himself for Morpheus, he will end up proving that he's the one. It's kind of a brilliant way to go about it.
Morpheus did what he did because he believed that I'm something I'm not.
What?
I'm not the one, Trinity. The Oracle hit me with that too.
No, you have to be.
And she knows he is because of what the Oracle told her, but she can't say it right now. Pretty brilliant structure as far as how all this is going to work out.
Going with you.
No, you're not.
No? I believe Morpheus means more to me than he does to you. I believe if you are really serious about saving him, you are going to need my help. And since I am the ranking officer on this ship, if you don't like it, I believe you can go to hell.
Mm-hmm. And I believe you shouldn't try to tell Trinity what she is and is not doing. You're still a newbie to this place, and she's about the best ally you could have by far right now. So no condescending to Trinity, please.
I realized that you're not actually mammals.
A virus.
Human beings are a disease, a cancer of this planet.
It is a bit of a horrible genocidal view, but he is right that human beings do kind of use up resources and don't really do a very good job of living in equilibrium with their ecosystem. We need to work on that.
Why isn't the serum working?
Perhaps we're asking the wrong questions.
Leave me with him.
This is interesting. So, like, we saw this a little bit a moment ago when he had his theories that he was sharing with him. Now we're going to see him a little bit more unhinged. You start to see even in this movie these little signs that Smith is breaking even from his own programming, from the other agents.
I'm going to be honest.
Even disconnecting himself from the system, which none of them would ever do, probably.
I hate this place, this reality, whatever you want to call it. I can't stand it any longer. It's the smell, if there is such a thing.
The guard of the prison camp who can no longer stand his own job and blames the prisoners, which makes him extra evil and extra cruel.
Once Zion is destroyed, there is no need for me to be here. Do you understand? You're going to tell me, or you're going to die.
I think that he has long since accepted that he's probably going to die. But, you have your little breakdown there and see if it gets you any further with him.
Please remove any metallic items you're carrying, keys, loose change.
Do these count as metallic items? Do I really need to get rid of all these? I'll just use them instead. How about that?
Stand back up.
I think you need more than backup. Time for crazy fight scene. Wirework stunts, special effects, soundtrack music. One of the main performance pieces of the movie, let's say. I mean, these guys are terrible shots. They're almost as bad as stormtroopers. That guy got off easy. He just got kicked in the head. He'll wake up later with a headache. The lobby's going to need some work. They're going to need to hire a contractor for that. I'm not really sure if I remember the point of this bomb, other than dramatic effect, unless it's to disable the elevator. There is no spoon indeed, Neo. Although this is significantly bigger than a spoon.
Find them and destroy them. We are under attack!
I mean, just an extra slap in the face for him. Turns on the sprinklers. Nice shot, Trinity. Telling you, she's been doing this longer, Neo. Amazing that they had to come up with a new photographic rig just to get this shot. One of the most historic shots in movies.
Only human.
Dodge this.
Hey man, Trinity managed to sneak up on an agent. That's not easy to do. Again, Trinity shows how good she is at this.
I've never seen anyone move that fast.
Wasn't fast enough.
I mean, Trinity can't move that fast and she's still kicking ass here.
Can you fly that thing?
Not yet.
Operator.
Tank, I need a pilot program for a B-212 helicopter.
And she's learning to fly helicopters on the fly while she's already in the Matrix. I mean, she's an old pro at this whole thing. I mean, it's quite the escape plan. You just happen to find a helicopter with a Gatling gun on it. You might want to be a little careful how you're shooting there, Neo. Don't want to hit Morpheus. All right, you better hurry. You don't have much of a window here.
Morpheus, get up.
Let's also not overlook the fact that Morpheus, after everything he's been through, manages to stand up and break his way out of these handcuffs. I mean, that's not nothing. And he managed to keep them from breaking him all that time. Run. Run as fast as you can. Oop, too late. Damn it.
He's not gonna make it.
Just the whole way this sequence is shot. They just have some great shots in here. That jump shot where the two of them meet in midair. I mean, Morpheus has been tortured. He's dangling over a city. He's been shot in the leg. It's been a day. And now he has to land on a rooftop like that. That had to hurt. Time to prove you the one, Neo. Hold the helicopter up. I mean, he was really betting a lot on that she was going to get to that rope and disconnect it from the helicopter in time. But his bet paid off.
I know it. He's the one.
Tank never stopped believing, no matter what Neo said. That was pretty impressive. That was very unlikely to work out.
Do you believe it now, Trinity?
She's known it for a long time.
Morpheus, the Oracle. She told me.
She told you exactly what you needed to hear. That's all. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
That's a great line, too. That's true. Very true in many things, including life. You may not know who you are, you may not know what you're capable of, but through the natural course of being you, you'll find out. You know, it didn't occur to me till just now why they choose abandoned areas, or they try to. They're trying to avoid people, so there's not agents. That makes a lot of sense.
Everything the Oracle told me has come true. Everything but this.
Yeah, we got to keep that suspense up. She can't tell you yet. She figures she'll tell you once you guys are out of the Matrix. She doesn't realize you're not done fighting. Ooh. Right in the nick of time.
Mr. Anderson.
Run, Neo, run.
No. He's done running. I mean, how many times do you see people having a close-range gunfight in midair?
You're empty. So are you.
Touché. Ding, ding, ding. Round one. Fight. Oh, you broke his glasses. He's going to be upset about that. Yeah, has to be unusual for him. He's used to all these people running from him, terrified. Also, he's becoming increasingly unhinged, too.
That is the sound of inevitability.
Wow, he really has no qualms about dying himself. Must not hurt or something. Or if they even feel pain. Boom. Ceiling. And backflip. Eat some train, Smith. Nice flip, Neo. I mean, you almost planted your face on the side of the train there, but you made it. I mean, this guy's just not fighting fair. Just move right to someone inside the train.
Sentinels.
And now we add Sentinels to the mix. Gonna take out the ship. It's almost like it's the climax of a movie and we're trying to build the tension as much as possible.
Go on your left. No, your other left.
Your other left. I mean, he's being shot at. It's hard to keep direction straight.
He's going to make it.
Everything relies on Neo making his way to a landline. Who would have thought landlines would be so important?
Fire escape at the end of the alley, room 303.
Back to where we started. Back to the room where we met Trinity. One of you is going to die. Which one will be up to you? Nah, he felt that one. Yeah, that's looking pretty definitive. They really had to sell it. But, like the Christ of the Matrix, he is reborn. I mean, to be fair, you can't be resurrected if you don't die first.
The Oracle told me that a man that I loved would be the one. I love you.
Not just resurrected. Above all things, resurrected by love. What is there better to be resurrected by?
Now get up. Again,
Trinity saves the day. She saved his life. What I'm saying is Trinity's the real MVP here. When you're ready, you won't need to dodge bullets. You'll just make them stop right in front of you. Then drop harmlessly to the ground.
He is the one.
And see the code in everything. It's all just a big computer, Neo. And you are a super hacker. I mean, at this point, it's just insultingly easy for him. These programs have never been defeated so easily in their existence. Oh, that has to feel strange. Do you have a headache? Wow. It looked like he was digesting him. Yep, I'm out. Me too. Did you see what he did to Smith? Yeah, Neo, sorry to bother you, but our ship's being torn apart. Okay, well, good news. Neo got out of the Matrix. Bad news, since he took his sweet time getting to the phone, the ship is destroyed. And we have no way to get back to Zion. But we'll think about that tomorrow.
I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
He can stop your tracing system. He can manipulate things however he wants. He's the one.
I'm going to show them a world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Well, Neo's power has been fully realized, for the most part. Things have certainly changed for him quite a bit since the beginning of this movie. I don't think he needs to do the jump test anymore. He can just fly. Let's go to the wrap-up. It's funny, that Rage Against the Machine song that they have over the credits. There's a group out there that does Rage Against the Machine covers and other kinds of covers with like horns and all kinds of like orchestra instruments called Brass Against. They did a version of that song for the credits on Matrix Resurrections too, as kind of an homage to the original movie. What can you say about The Matrix? Again, you just have certain movies that are a moment in the history of film where something changes. Good or bad, however you feel about it, something changes, something happens that hasn't happened this way before. It's one of the things that if you love film, I think you wait for. I mean, if you love film, all of us who do love it for different reasons. You love good storytelling, good performance, people who care about the art of it over the kind of, formula and business of it. When somebody can go beyond telling you a good story and show you something in a way that you haven't seen it before, a way that has become so well known by this point that it's hard to imagine the time before things were that way, before that thing existed. I mean, this movie came out, it was so popular, it did so well, it did so many new things in different ways. There were endless copycats that sprung up that tried to kind of play off of the popularity of it. Even, again, from the perspective of a lot of the fans, the sequels to this movie kind of failing to live up to the original. That's not a perspective held by everybody, but it is by some people. I mean, you might be able to pick out some false notes in this movie, but there's just not a lot of false notes in The Matrix. It knows exactly what it is, it knows exactly what it's trying to deliver on, and it pretty much does that. Now, Is it the most complex and challenging story ever? No, I wouldn't say that. How many times have you seen a story about someone dealing with the burden of power or the burden of being this special person, the one, the one chosen person, the burdens that go with that, and are they actually the chosen one or are they not? Living into that, rising to the challenge of the expectations of their existence. This is basically just, as far as the story of this, one of the newer sci-fi versions of that, at least, as of the end of the 20th century. But again, they sure found their own way to do it, something that people hadn't seen before, and something that still holds up today. You see people watch this today and they still really enjoy it. There are certain things I'm sure that hit differently today because we live in a much different world. Again, as I said, I remember back when this came out, even that phone he used, I'm sure that looks super old and antiquated now. I remember people were trying to find those phones after this movie came out. It's like, wow, that looks really cool and futuristic. It's hard for people to even imagine a time before smartphones existed now. The whole explanation of basically a virtual reality world, but a virtual reality world that would be so realistic that you would not be able to tell the difference between that and actual reality, was a lot more of an intellectual stretch when this movie came out, based on where technology was at the time, and any attempt to create something like that would have been nowhere near that realistic. Now we live in a time where we're still probably a little bit off from it being completely realistic looking if someone tried to make a simulation like that, but we're getting closer and closer all the time. So at the time this came out, it was really more of something that kind of captured the imagination. As I said, even watching it, one of the things that really captured my imagination, still does, is the idea of being able to be plugged into a system where you can put in a program to teach you how to do something, teach you a subject, teach you a skill, something, and just hit a button, and in a few seconds it just loads it into your mind. I mean, how amazing would that be if we could learn things that quickly and that efficiently? I mean, it might devalue knowledge in general if everybody could do that, but it seems like one of those things that it's amazing to think of because we don't have it. If we actually did have it, people would probably be looking back like, hey, remember when we used to learn things the old-fashioned way? You just had to learn them manually. Technological advancement cuts both ways a lot of times, But The Matrix does what it intended to do in that it presents a very interesting and stylized story in its own unique way that hadn't been done before. And it's very visually stunning to watch. It's still interesting all these years later. It asks a lot of questions about existence and the nature of who we are and the nature of how we live and how we see each other. And, making decisions about who you are in life and what you do in life, and being defined by your actions rather than by what the world tells you are. Being defined by your morality rather than what the world tells you are. So I think those story elements are what helps carry it through, and the overall style and commitment to the way the story is told. So some movies just stand the test of time, and The Matrix certainly does. How does the rest of the franchise stack up? Well, we will be watching the rest of it, so I hope you'll come out here to watch it with me. Next week, we will be watching The Matrix Reloaded. We will also have the Animatrix available exclusively on Patreon. So there are some vital things in the Animatrix as far as the canon of the Matrix world, especially the Second Renaissance, so I'll be looking forward to talking about that with you. That is it for us here this evening. One more time before we get out of here, I want to be sure to invite you to check out the Patreon. The full-length reaction to this movie is available on the Patreon right now. There's other full-length movie reactions over there, exclusive television show reactions, all kinds of other stuff. I hope you go check it out and consider becoming a patron. Any support that you offer over there or over here is always greatly appreciated. And speaking of over here, if you'd be so kind as to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And a special thank you to my Seen Everything patrons, Aunt Vess and Stevie. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks so much for being here to watch this one with me today. I will see you on the next video. Take care.